I just go for it again. So once again, I didn't plan anything. I'm just going to wing it. I'm just going to wing it and see where the energy takes me. And what was interesting on my last live is somebody came on and said, "Oh, I want to be doing this. I want to be doing YouTube videos. I want to be streaming. I want to be doing lives." So what I would say to anyone is just do it. Just do like I am at the moment. Just start it up. You can overthink things, especially people that are sensitive to energy. You can overthink it, my Jedi friends. You could get lost in your mind of what should I talk about? What shall I talk about? What will it do? How will it go? What will I do? How will I look? I might make a fool of myself. Well, all of the above. Once you embrace that, that's part of energy. When we work with energy, part of it is what is the area that you fear the most, and we work on it. And for a lot of people, it is going public. It is the exposure. It is the taking off the mask. It is the being real in public. And I think that there's a lot to be said for that. So with all of that in mind, I have decided to bite the bullet and go live. I've been practicing at different times. I think I did quite a late one last night, and it was a lot of fun. And I had a very different type of audience to that one. So I'll use this video to say I'll probably go live again quite late tomorrow, just to experiment further on this new time that I've been doing. And one thing that has been coming up is the sort of chaos that people that are sensitive to energy feel. There's a lot of chaos out there, my Jedi friends. And for people that are sensitive to energy, until you learn how to clear your energy field, it just can feel so heavy at the moment. There's so much madness going on in the world, along with the vibrational shift that we're all experiencing. And you might not know it, but that's actually what's going on. That's what's going on, my Jedi friends. There's all sorts of madness happening in the world right now, and people that are sensitive to energy will take that on board. They'll start to feel it. They'll start, oh no. And it's a very dense energy that is doing the rounds at the moment. It's very dense. It's a bit tough to navigate. It's very tough to navigate dense energy, especially for people that are sensitive to it. And you probably feel it in your body. So let's just start the game off rather than me talking about it. Let's just do an exercise. Let's clear some of the energy. Let's clear some of that negative energy that you can do, like, because it's a very simple, straightforward exercise that we can use to just clear energy off the bat. Now, there's a lot of nuance, there's a lot of subtlety, blah, blah, blah. There's definitely things that you need to learn beyond that. But what we can do is a basic exercise now. And part of that is that when you're watching, just slow down your breathing, because your breathing controls your mood, my Jedi friends. So that's always a place to start. And then we ground ourselves. So part of that is if you don't have a grounding method, and there's lots of different ways to do it, just imagine a ball of light at the center of the earth, connecting with a cord at the base of your spine. And as you breathe in, you're breathing in grounded energy. And as you breathe out, you're breathing out any stress or stuff that doesn't serve you in this moment. So this is how we ground. Now, to clear energy beyond that, you just imagine a lake in front of you with a magnet in it and set the intention, because our energy follows thought. So everything you think, you don't need to say it out loud. Everything you think happens. So set the intention that there's a magnet in the lake ahead of you and it's drawing out any energy that's not yours, any dense energy, any stuff that you've picked up from other people. Just allow it to draw out, go into that magnet, into the lake. Might want to take a few breaths while you feel that's transition. But this happens as quickly or as over as long a period of time as you like. And when it's finished, just allow that magnet to go down to the center of the earth and dissipate, my Jedi friends. There you go. Now you're going to imagine a ball of light above your head, a little ball of light just here, just energizing, putting light white energy through your body. Because energy abhors a vacuum, and if we don't fill up what we've just released, then we'll fill it up with more rubbish. So that's how you clear your energy, my Jedi friends. There you go. Job done. Slam dunk. Thank you very much. And energy is that simple. You can use it that way to feel lighter, to offset any energy that you might have picked up, any dense energy. So when we work with energy, you can pretty much create your own reality. And it really is a case of right in this moment, as an energy master, let's face it, that's what I am, apparently, with all these certificates and all these years of training. And what have I learned? How do I condense what energy work is down in this moment? Energy work is learning that you have to put yourself first. A lot of the time, you have to put yourself first. You have to put your own energy first. And you have to take control of your own energy, because sometimes, especially people that are sensitive to energy, when we're picking up on stuff, when we pick up on other stuff, the tendency is to drop everything, to sacrifice our own energy to work with the person that we're with. When in actual fact, a good energy exchange is a win-win. Is a win-win, my Jedi friends, which means that you give energy and you receive energy simultaneously. It is a flow. Working with energy is a flow. So you give. By giving it, you receive. But that only works if you're in a position where you want to give energy. If you're forcing it, if you're jolted out of your daily life or doing stuff, then it won't work so well. So Arrow is here in the house. Bonjour. Well, bonjour, Arrow. Thank you for being the first one to step into the chat. My Jedi friend, it's good to know that there are people watching and there's people getting involved. And as you'll know, Arrow, because I think you've been here before, haven't you? That I just go with the flow of whatever comes into the chat. But since yours is the first comment, I've just been off. I've been off on a tangent telling people how to clear their energy field. So I figured that I'd do that. And from a personal point of view, when I'm teaching others how to clear their energy field, I have to clear my own energy field. So it's a reminder. It's a reminder for me to clear my energy, because it was feeling a little bit dense earlier, taking on board other people's energy, and that can be a little bit of a ooh. So to any of you that have ever been in a room or with other people, you'll sometimes feel that afterwards you can feel a little bit drained or elated. Some people naturally drain your energy and some people naturally give you energy. And without needing to explain what energy is, that is the bottom line. You will know that whether you've trained in energy or not. That some people you feel better, you feel more energized having spent time with them, and other people you feel absolutely drained. They just dump and they go on and on and on and on. So I used to run networking events, and there's nothing worse at a networking event than getting somebody that traps you in the corner and just talks at you. They just talk at you. And Arrow says, I'm improving. I think, lol, so many parasites online. Well, kudos, Arrow. I did a live stream yesterday. I did it last night. It was the latest one I've done over here, and it was a completely different crowd and vibe on it. And it was quite funny because there were more people of a completely different demographic. Trolling me, and I love getting trolled. I love the vibe of where that leads me on these lives, because you never know. You never know where it's going to take you, and you never know what comments you're going to get. So, and it can be fun. And the not knowing is part of why I like lives, because when I record my content videos, I've got an idea in my head. I've got a subject, and I just talk until I reach a natural conclusion. Here, when I'm doing the live stream, I could be talking and then suddenly a comment drops in and it will completely change the energy or the focus of where the stream goes. So I'm learning to be more adaptive in the way that I communicate, and that's what lives do for me. So there you go. I can talk about energy all day, every day. I can talk about stuff that it's like to be an empath, the challenges that you're faced. I can talk about dealing with narcissism. I can talk about quite a lot of things, my Jedi friends, but the only thing is that you just don't know where it's going to go. And I was talking about Liverpool quite a lot last night. So there you go. And Arrow says, the only thing that gets sharper with use is my wit. Well, that is another thing, Arrow, when you do lives on YouTube, if you've got to keep a sense of humor. So part of it is the old me, like years and years ago, I was very sensitive. It's not that I'm insensitive now. I've just learned to set my energy up so that I don't take on board the nonsense or the barbed comments or the trolls. So I can come on a live now and I can set my energy so that I've got my wit and I've got my fun. And if people are going to troll me, I'll troll them back. And as long as they're ready for that, then that's a good thing. And it's also a good thing for me because it's taught me to get out of my own way, especially on these live streams, because I might have an agenda. Well, I actually never have an agenda. I always just start these up and I've got no clue where I'm going to go when I start them. It's more a test of myself of how can I keep going? Will I be all right? Will I get stuck? Will I run out of things to say? And yeah, so I set myself up on these lives. So Arrow says bullets and bracelets. Many people are horrid creatures. That's true, Arrow, my Jedi friend. But people can only abuse you with your permission as well. So this has been another lifelong lesson, being someone that's sensitive to energy, that no one can upset me without my permission. And so part of it is that some things that are designed on these threads to be hurtful or hateful, as long as you keep a sense of humor and a clear sense of boundaries, you can navigate your way around that. And most bullies don't like their own medicine. Like if you fire it back at them, they like coming and finding a bald bloke on the live stream and start sending trolling comments. And I got plenty of those last night, I can tell you. So here I am, bouncing back. But see, I embrace that as well, because there's only one thing worse than trolling comments, and that's no comments at all, my Jedi friends. As one of my friends once told me, he said, look, Ads, I was upset one day because everyone had been saying lots of stuff about me. And he said, listen, it's better to be looked over than overlooked, which means that trolling comments, it's better to be trolled than not to be trolled at all. That would be even worse than being trolled. So there you go. So Arrow, I enjoy the flow. Well, thank you, my Jedi friend. I do just flow with it, as you know. As you know, on these streams, I just go with whatever vibe I'm in or whatever subject I want to talk about or wherever the energy or the flow takes me. And that is much the same, which means that no two of these lives will ever be the same because I do just flow with it. I just flow with the go is what I do. And yeah, wherever the comments take me is where I will flow the energy to. But also, I mean, I've got plenty of stuff I can talk about, even if I get no comments, because let's face it, all my content on YouTube up until fairly recently was pre-recorded, and that's just me talking to a camera on my own. So I'm used to doing that. This adds an extra element to it, and of course, it's unfiltered as well. So if I make any mistakes, there's no going back. It's live. It's live. But what I've found is that when I do my recordings, I tend to do the first takes anyway. There's very few videos that aren't first takes that I do. And the only time that they won't be first takes is if Amazon arrive mid-through or somebody's knocking on the door or the cat scratches my leg. Well, actually, no, I left the cat scratching the leg into the video when it happened. So I think it makes it more real, doesn't it? We don't like videos that are too polished, too preconceived, too perfect. And I see this a lot now, certainly with some of the content that comes into my YouTube feed. I think there's this obsession with perfection and editing. A lot of videos now seem overly edited to me. They lack the real connection. And Arrow says, it takes courage to go live without attachment to the outcome. Well, thank you, Arrow. Well, I think that this is part of the personal development journey, isn't it? And I've lost attachment to outcome. And actually, YouTube helped me with that, because up until the last couple of lives that I did, I seemed to be on a naughty step. So after having like steady progress with the channel, it seemed to blacklist me because I didn't have any new subscribers for about 6 weeks. And I'd been averaging about 5 to 10 subscribers a day for a period. And I was thinking, oh, this is great. This is worth doing the content. And to do 6 weeks of content and not get a single new subscriber because I'd been blacklisted, it would have been very easy for me to just give up on YouTube. So I figured, well, at this stage, I've got nothing to lose by doing these live verticals. It can't possibly be any worse from a subscriber perspective or even perspective than it was through doing it, any other way. So I just decided, let's try something different. And this is it. This is different, my Jedi friend. It's a little bit different. So yeah, I watch these videos with other people, and it's like there's a cut every couple of seconds, it seems. It's all perfect thing, and then it cuts to here, and they continue, and there's a slight cut to here. You can see it's been edited, and they've cut out all of the things like probably the the ums, the pauses. Now, I was lucky. Firstly, I know that I do those things, and I know that I'm just going to leave them in. But there was a phase where I went to a group called Toastmasters, and they're very good because I was terrible. I had ums and ers and pauses and filler words is what they call them. I used to do quite a lot of them, and a stint at Toastmasters just practicing my public speaking skills. There'd be somebody in the audience, and their only job was to tally the amount of filler words that you used in your little speech. And the speeches were only between like 5 and 7 minutes. And sometimes you'd be like, yeah, you had 21 filler words in a 5 to 7 minute talk. It's like, really? Did I really do that? It seems like a fake number. Seems like they're plucking these numbers out of the woodwork. But the truth is, most people don't. They're not aware of the way that they present themselves. And part of being a content creator is, over the years, I've watched a lot of my own content to the point that I start to bore myself. But that's how you learn, because you learn when you see yourself recorded, when you see yourself on screen, you realize the things that you don't realize when you're going live, the filler words, the certain words that you use so often and things like this. So you pick up on them. And Arrow says, I was too shy for Toastmasters, although I admired the speaker's moxie. Well, Toastmasters is actually a great resource, and a lot of people that I coach for public speaking, I tell them, look, yes, I will coach you, but you can learn a lot from going to groups like Toastmasters. It's an incredibly useful resource for me. And I mean, as a coach, I did spend a lot of time coaching people with public speaking, pitching for funding, that kind of thing. But there's only so much that I can do in the time that I'm allotted, and I want the best for the speakers I work with. So a lot of people would be threatened sending them to Toastmasters, thinking, oh, they won't come back, they won't need me. But my philosophy has always been, if you just keep adding value, you do the right thing for your clients, then they'll come back eventually. Or they'll give you shout outs, they'll give you referrals. So that's how I learned, and it was a hugely valuable resource. And I did spend a lot of money actually learning how to present, how to public speak. So it makes sense now that I might as well go live. I might as well test all this training where it got me. Did it get me anywhere? Did it even get me anywhere? I don't even know, folks. That's not for me to judge. That's for you to judge whether that's been a good investment or not. But the bottom line is that the only thing that will improve you as a speaker or as somebody live on YouTube is practice. To do it more often, and just to keep going. And also, if you really want to stretch yourself like I'm doing today, just press the start, press go live, and have no idea what you're going to talk about. That's always fun, my Jedi friends. Now, for people new to this stream thinking this guy hasn't prepared anything, well, on my first live stream, I actually did prepare what I was going to talk about. And what I realized was that when the comments started coming in, the conversation went in a completely different direction. So I figured, well, it's actually more fun if I just go with the flow of wherever the conversation takes me. So for that reason, I tend not to plan what I'm going to be talking about beyond there. I just go on and I talk. Now I can talk. I can talk for England. I can, and there's obviously all sorts of things that are topical to talk about. But I love the flow of the comments, especially last night. I was being trolled quite a lot. A lot of troll comments coming in. And from a speaker perspective, especially from an energy perspective, it's a good thing. It's an absolutely best one. So Joe has come on to the thread. What's the best Slayer album? I don't even know what a Slayer album is. I mean, what is what you've got me on that one, Joe. You tell me, what is the best Slayer album? I haven't got the foggiest. I don't have the foggiest, Joe. I don't know what you're talking about, but you know, if you give me some context, then maybe I can get there. Why do I look like somebody from a Slayer album? I don't even know. I did get told over the last couple of lives that I look a little bit like Jean-Luc Picard. So I do have experience traversing the galaxy, apparently. I can talk about multi-universes and timelines that travel in conjunction with each other and multiple different realities and universes, because I have traversed the galaxy in a starship. So Joe is back. Rain in Blood, best album. Go listen to it. Trust. Okay, Joe. Well, since you came on and asked so nicely, I will check it out. I will check it out after this live stream. I'll go slaying. I will go. I could be Vlad the Impaler. He was a bit of a slayer, wasn't he? Back in the day. I don't think I'd have liked to have run into him. That would have been a little bit rough. I've got the Dominator in the house. Well, good to have you in, my Jedi friend. Hello, good sir. I'm in remission from trolling, but still very fat. Baby steps. Well, kudos to you, the Dominator. By all means, if you want to go for it, then by all means use this thread to completely let loose. We like a bit of fun on this thread, and I've got a fairly thick skin when it comes to these things, so it's always a winner. Arrow's back. Jean-Luc is one of my favorite fellas. Well, I did. What was your favorite Star Trek, though, Arrow? I think it came up on the last one. I was talking about different Star Treks, and my favorite one was Deep Space Nine, because the Cisco was a dude. What a dude. I mean, they're all dudes, don't get me wrong. Kirk, Picard, Janeway, but you cannot beat the Cisco. The Cisco just, well, he's not just a captain, was he? He was the emissary. He was the emissary as well. So how brilliant to put Shakespeare on a bridge. On the bridge. Absolutely. You know, you've got to have a bit of culture, a bit of cultural shift. I've even got a cup of tea. I'm going to have a little bit of tea. Oh, it's very nice. That's green tea with jasmine, folks. Highly recommend it. Yeah, like a bit of jasmine green tea. Now, apparently, I like to start the day with a coffee, which is full of caffeine and sugar, which apparently is not that good for you. But green tea apparently is very good for you. So even though it's got caffeine in it, it's got other stuff that's really good. So I've got the green tea. So I have another chap on. Now, I cannot pronounce your name, dear sir, because it's come up. I believe that's Russian, is it? But you said hello, and hello back to you. I've seen your name and 451. I'm going to call you 451. It sounds like a Starfleet designation, doesn't it? But thank you for joining the thread. It's good to have you here, my Jedi friend. Welcome. We're going multinational now on this little live. Who'd have believed it? Who would have believed it? We're getting Jedis from all over the world jump into this little thread now. Well, that's what it's all about, my Jedi friends. We are here for the masses. We are here to connect with people from all over the globe. We never know where it's going to land. We never know where we're going with these threads. We just don't know, do we? We could be in multiple universes by the end of here. That's just all part of the fun of the thread. Is it not, my Jedi friends? Is it not? Well, it has certainly been an energizing session for all you Jedi friends on this little live thread. So it's been quite fun. But I think that what I'm going to do is I'm going to log off now, because what I've found is if I do these lives for too long, that nobody watches them because I'm just rambling for too long. So what I'm going to do is thank you all for being here today. Thank you, my Jedi friends, for joining me on this little live stream. And by all means, if you are seeing this for the first time, please do subscribe to the channel. If you want to jump on for another one of my lives, then that will be much appreciated. But until then, my Jedi friends, you enjoy the rest of your week, and I will be back tomorrow night. I'm going to be on tomorrow a little bit later because we're going to go for the troll session. I am going to roll with the Jedi reprobates and see how I get on, because that tends to be good fun. So take care, my Jedi friends. Look after yourselves, and I shall see you soon.